and you see glimpses of it. And what I love about our team is there's a great spirit. I know today the guys will be in the rink. Everybody's back to doing the process. Everybody's back to lifting weights. Everybody's back to trying to get better on that ice. Coaches are in there. So around the team, it's a great spirit. It's great energy, and you see the hope. And then you also see guys like Keller, who's really come into his own. Kraus really come into his own. So the team's an exciting team. We have moments like we had last night where those are learning lessons that you go through. Unfortunately they hurt. But you learn from them, and the next time they happen, you're a little bit better, and that's the growth our team will go through.
Do you think that trip, obviously, to Australia, amazing experience, spreading the greatest game, in my mind, in the world to another country, but do you think that helped the team, all the new faces that you brought in, kind of grow together? Because you certainly see it on the ice.
Yeah, but most times as a group, you don't really kind of get to experience that closeness to your first road trip. But we had that early on in the season. It was an amazing experience just being on the plane together for 17 hours, guys getting to know each other. The practical jokes started, the bonding started, and then there was intense practices, and we played LA, a great team in there for two games. And you don't normally that early get that type of competition. So it was great for us. I think it helped us and put us ahead.
Could you imagine having to sit next to me for 17 hours on a plane flight?
Oh, you should see this man snore. Drooling all over himself.
By the way, Bill mentioned weight room in his first comment, and he kind of lost me there, but we'll move on from that. Javier, the commitment, you mentioned Alex Morello. The commitment is pretty obvious. Growing not only the game in Arizona, but growing the organization, the commitment, giving Bill the resources to build the roster. Maybe that goes a little bit under the radar.
Yeah, one of the things we talk about is this is a holistic approach that we've taken. It's both on the ice as well as off the ice. Off the ice, it's things like this. When we have been fully committed to saying we want to build the best-in-class organization, we want to connect with our community, we want to leverage this incredible platform of sports to really make a difference. That has never wavered. And then obviously, as you saw, one of the things we talked to Bill about is we want to reverse the pyramid. We want to build a foundation. We want to invest in scouting. We want to invest in player performance. We want to invest in things like sleep science and nutrition and recovery. And really, we believe very strongly that it is that holistic approach that's going to bring a Stanley Cup here.
And you mentioned sleep science, and I want to get back to the trip to Australia. I mean, sleep science. Yeah, I could have slept forever, had a couple of glasses of wine, and taking a nap on that big long flight. But that was a big deal going to Australia and coming back, right? You brought people in to talk about it. So.
Yeah, it was a great experience that way. We had done a lot of homework. We brought scientists in to teach us when to sleep, what to eat, and how to kind of get through that. And I thought our guys did a great job. I thought we got back and we didn't experience a ton of jet lag. Everybody seemed to get back on their feet. And then we headed off to New York to do another road trip, and I felt through all that stuff that we actually got through it pretty well.
Javier, I just want to, obviously we're on TV. We're the guys.
Believe it or not.
The guys you probably try to mute some nights, but just talk about, obviously No More Valleys, the Scripps relationship, how this came about, and where you see it going.
Sure, well, we're really excited about it. And let me start by saying this, and all these folks will agree. We have the two best guys in the business, don't we have it? Give it up for these two guys. They're incredible. And we said that from day one, that you guys are the ambassadors, that we just love to have you part of the organization. The relationship has been phenomenal, and we know it's barely starting, but the commitment is there. I'm sure you guys have seen us a lot more on ABC 15, and that was one of the goals, is not only to have distribution, but to have a media partner that was really going to share the goodness. Bill always used to say, we do so many good things as an entire organization, we don't get to share it. And now we have a partner who's fully committed, who's actually financially incentivized to share the goodness. And that was also part of it. So it wasn't just the commitment to bring the game free over the air, it's to do it with a partner that was really going to sit side by side with us.
By the way, how many people have hooked up their antennas? I just want to, easiest thing in the world. I mean, it is so easy. I had to go over to Nasher's house to show him how to do it, but it really is easy, okay?
He's in rare form today.
By the way, I charged him $50 to install it. Still haven't seen payment. Back to you, Bill. Where do you want? What do you want to see the rest of the season? I think we saw some growing pains last night, but we have seen so many marks of progress. What's a successful season for you on the ice?
Well, I think for us, it's just to take that next step as an organization where we're better than we were last year. Let's take that next step to play meaningful games, be in the hunt, be competitive against the best teams in the National Hockey League. That's not easy to do, and what we have to do every day is dig into the process, get better every single day. You're going to have ups and downs in the season, and you got to go through it, and you got to find ways to get points. And that's our big thing with the team, is take that next step as an organization, and just be in the battle every single night. And if we can do that, and we can just take a small step forward from last year, it's going to be a huge future for us, and it's going to be a bright spot when we look back on this year.
Bill, obviously, no one was busier in the offseason than you. There were some holes, there were some areas of concern, areas of opportunity maybe. Now that we're 6-7 games into the season, what have you seen out of some of those free agents, some of those guys you brought in, like the Durzees and the Dermots and the Matt Duppas? I mean, we call and talk about this team every night, and it's pretty special.
Well, I think they're special guys. They buy into the whole culture, the energy, the work ethic, and digging into the process. And I know they've been a big fan of what Bear's done with the culture. They've been great. Just having those guys and that experience in our dressing room, it's been a game changer for us. You remember, we're a young team. I think we're 4th or 5th youngest team in the league. So we got a lot of young guys. So to have those guys show up every morning, they're professional, they know how to eat, they know how to work out, they come to the rink early, and they come with energy ready to take on the day. I think the biggest thing for us having those guys, they chose the desert. They had 31 other clubs they could have gone to. They chose to come to the desert to be a part of what we're doing.
By the way, just a quick one too, Bill. How's Tucson doing? I know Josh Stone got another goal last night, right? And Dylan Gunther's off to a pretty good start down there, learning the professional game. How's everything in Tucson?
Well, I like what I've seen so far. Dylan Gunther's been a really one of the best players down there for us. Josh has also contributed, and there's a host of other guys that have been down there. They're a gritty team. They come to battle every single night. I really like what they've accomplished early on. Obviously, there's weaknesses and strength of the team. They've got to score some more goals. But what they bring in there in Tucson is the culture that we have here. It's the grittiness, it's the effort, it's digging into the process. They've done a great job behind the scenes in Tucson with the gym, with the shooting area that they've developed down there, and all the sports science that we've brought down there. You can see it transpire in the prospects and them taking that next step.
Javier, we do the games again in Mullet. I absolutely love it. Mullet magic, it's loud. What have you seen from your perspective about the arena itself?
I mean, listen, we said it last year, and everyone sort of looked at us askance and said, there's no way this is going to be a good experience. We told everybody it's going to be great. First of all, it's new. We've invested in it, and again, I tip my hat to Alex Morello to making it an NHL quality facility. What you saw was a couple of changes this year to continue the aesthetics, the lighting improvement and the PA improvement. It's a temporary solution, but it's been phenomenal for us. People like the proximity, obviously, to the East Valley, the accessibility. People gather before the games, which quite frankly we didn't have in our other location. And then obviously I think the players enjoy it. They like having energy, they like having electricity. The only challenge I see is that club suite is packed all the time. Well, I want to get people sitting in their seats, but it looks like they're not there, but they're imbibing a little bit up on the 13 row.
Surprised one of them isn't this guy over here.
He's right next to the ice. I was like, I'm there for a little bit.
I'm giving it to him. I'm sorry. By the way, in the new place, whenever we get that online, can we put the booth 13 rows from the ice?
You've asked several times, so we'll look into the design.
All right.
How